Thank you, Michael. Thank you, God. American Idol is next. Friends, good afternoon. I am delighted to welcome you to our annual meeting on behalf of our President, Cliff Goldstein, our incoming President, Dean Schramm, and the leaders of AJC Los Angeles. Dr. Herscher, thank you for hosting us at the beautiful Skirball Cultural Center. As you noted, AJC and the Skirball Center have a long history of cooperative programming and shared leadership, so clearly evidenced by our past presidents, your past chairman, Howard Friedman, and your current chair, Peter Weil. It is good to be here today. It is a special privilege to recognize and to thank our keynote speaker, Mayor Eric Garcetti, who will be formally introduced in a few moments. Mayor Garcetti, we are honored by your presence, and we look forward to your remarks. You know, I was listening to an interview with the mayor on KNX coming over here. Mr. Mayor, I have to say, is this a good job for a nice Jewish boy? I'm not sure. But we live in interesting times, times that call for the bold, visionary leadership that you bring to our city. Thank you for guiding Los Angeles into the future. Please know that AJC is here to support you in your efforts. Friends, AJC's mission is to enhance the well-being of the Jewish people in Israel and to enhance democratic values in the United States and around the world. Whatever the pressing issues of the day have been, AJC has been there for more than 100 years, ensuring that our voice is heard. When we look around the world today, we are reminded of the singular importance of this work. Racism, anti-Semitism, hatred, and bigotry rear their ugly heads across the globe. In Ukraine, anti-Semitism has reemerged among ultranationalist far-right groups, even as outside forces seek to destabilize the country by cynically playing the anti-Semitism card. Closer to home, we witnessed in shock and horror the murder of 3 innocent people by a white supremacist who attacked a Jewish community center and a Jewish retirement home in suburban Kansas City. We pause for just a moment to remember the innocent victims. May their memories inspire us to heal our fractured world. Good friends, AJC understands that we must stand up for human rights and democratic values whenever and wherever they are threatened. This is why AJC condemns in the strongest possible language the vile, racist remarks of the owner of the Los Angeles Clippers. Donald Sterling's despicable comments have no place in the NBA or in our great city or nation. We applaud the decisive actions undertaken by NBA Commissioner Adam Silver and the statements of our own mayor and others in this matter. The ties that bind us are too important, they are too precious to be severed by prejudice and intolerance. And this is why AJC builds bridges of dialogue, bridges of understanding with civic, diplomatic, religious, intergroup, and business leaders. We are so fortunate, we are blessed to live in the city of Los Angeles with its rich diversity of languages, cultures, ethnicities, nationalities, and faith traditions. AJC Los Angeles' innovative projects and programs over the past 12 months include an award-winning Project Interchange seminar in Israel for diplomatic leaders, several of whom are with us today. Adoption of an Iran sanctions resolution by the Los Angeles City Council, groundbreaking partnerships with Korean Americans, Latinos, the Roman Catholic Archdiocese, the LDS Church, and other ethnic and faith communities, immigration reform campaigns, programs to counter BDS efforts on campuses and in church denominations, the first ever West Coast diplomatic marathon in which small delegations of AJC leaders met with 18 foreign diplomats in one memorable day. Good friends, we would ask you to please take a moment this afternoon to peruse AJC Los Angeles' year in review, copies of which are provided at your seats. The collaborative efforts of our President Cliff Goldstein, our incoming President Dean Schramm, and our other dedicated volunteer leaders, supporters, staff members, and you, our community partners, make all this possible. For that, we thank you, and please give yourselves a round of applause. In the Jewish tradition, no meal is complete without a blessing, or in this case, 2 or 3. As we prepare to bless the meal with the second hamotzi, we recognize a very special blessing in our midst. Friends, I have a confession to make. I fell in love with Judy Kaufman from the very first moment I met her. And my wife knows this, by the way. Judy's overflowing love and warmth, her wisdom, her creative energy and enthusiasm, her loyalty to family, friends, and community endear her to all. Our teacher, Rabbi David Ellenson, writes of Judy, and I quote, "I had the great honor of teaching Judy and her husband Roy in classes that AJC sponsored on Jewish thought and history during the 1990s. It was such a joy to teach her. I always loved how Judy would take the material we examined in the Jewish tradition, and then she would apply it in such original and compelling ways to her art, her poetry, and her writings. As AJC honors Judy, AJC in turn is honored." We are proud to announce that we have established the Judy Fund in honor of our own Judy Kaufman to ensure that a new generation of Jewish leaders will follow in her path. And so now at this time, it is my great joy, my great privilege, to invite Judy and members of our Access Young Professionals program to join me for hamotzi.